Albert and Chateau Renaud arrive at the opera house.
Ah, Chateau Renaud, so you've come.
Yes, I would never offend you at a time like this.
So you know I have come here. Thank you, my friend.
It's no trouble at all.
Albert and his companions enter the opera and wait to confront the Count. During a pause in the opera, Albert confronts the Count. Albert and his companions enter the opera house and wait to confront the Count. During a pause in the opera, Albert confronts the Count.
Well, I see you finally reached your goal. Good evening, Monsieur de Morcerf.
I have not come here to exchange hypocritical greetings with you, Count. I have come here to demand satisfaction.
You come to demand satisfaction at the opera? I'm not familiar with Parisian customs, but I wouldn't have thought the opera was the proper place to demand satisfaction. I don't understand you, Monsieur de Morcerf, and even if I understood you, you would still be speaking too loudly. This is my box, and I alone have the right to raise my voice.
I'll drag you out of your box.
Very well.
Very well. You want to provoke me to a duel? That's clear enough, but let me give you some advice. It's a bad idea to make so much noise provoking me. Some people out not to call attention to themselves. Monsieur de Morcerf.
Albert understood the illusion and made a movement to throw his glove into the Count's face, but Maximilian seized his wrist while Beauchamp and Chateau Renaud, fearing the scene might go beyond the limits of provocation, held him back from behind.
I consider your glove as having been thrown, and I will give it back to you with a bullet. And now leave my box, or I will call my servants and have you thrown out.
Albert, in an unreasonable rage, left the opera, as did Monte Cristo, however, awaiting Monte Cristo at his home. Albert, in an undesirable rage, left the opera, as did Monte Cristo. However, something awaited Monte Cristo at his home.
Ali, bring me my ivory-handled pistols.
The servant did as he was told, and the Count took his pistols. As Monte Cristo was admiring them, his study door opened. His servant, Baptistine, stood at the door, but before he could speak, Monte Cristo noticed a veiled woman standing in the room. Behind Baptistine, Monte Cristo motioned for him to leave and entered the study.
Please don't kill my son, Edmund.
What was the name you just called me?
Yours. I've known since the moment you arrived. I know you struck down my husband. Please don't kill my son.
Your husband was not attacked down by me, but rather by Providence for sending me to prison for all those years. And your son publicly assaulted me. I must kill him. I must kill him to do anything else would cause me dishonor. And
What? What did my husband do to you?
Yes, that's right. You wouldn't know, would you? Fernand was one of the people that forged the letter that sent me to prison for all those years.
Oh, my God. Yes, I see.
So now you see what I must have my vengeance.
Yes, I see, but I also see the man I once loved became a murder before my eyes. No.
Very well. Your son will live, but I will die in his place.
No.
After this, Mercedes fled the Count's home, and the Count sat restless, contemplating his fate. The next morning, the Count arrived. Are you still?
We're just setting it up.
Okay. The next morning, the Count arrived 20 minutes early with Maximilian and Emmanuel as his second for the duel.
Oh, not here.
Maximilian.
I hope we haven't arrived too early, but I have to admit that I didn't sleep last night.
Wait, can you see me in the camera?
No.
Oh, good. Okay, come back.
But there's no doubt in my mind that a man like you will win. Oh, shoot. I mean, lose. My bad. I saw how confident you were last night. There's no way a man that's certain of himself could ever lose.
I hope you're right, Maximilian. But I want you to know that if I do fail, you are the heir of my house, of my fortune.
They left the location discussed by the Count and Albert the night before. The trio was greeted by Chateau Renaud and Beauchamp, later by Franz de Epinay and Dubray. And a moment later, Albert arrived. There was a chatter amongst the crowd until finally Albert spoke. The trio was greeted by Chateau Renaud and Beauchamp, and later by Franz de Epinay and Dubray. And a moment later, Albert arrived. There was a chatter amongst the crowd until finally Albert spoke.
Count, I was infuriated at you for dishonoring my father. I believed you had no right to do so to him. But I now see I was wrong. You were not angry at my father for what he did to Ali Pasha, but rather you were angry for what he did to you. And so, on his behalf, I thank you for not doing more than you did.
After this, our awestruck Count and spectators departed from the field and continued on with a new respect for life and honor. The end.
The end. Guys, everybody come in.
Take
Even you, everybody that was involved.
Go on,
you have to work
Matthew.
you
No,
too.
I'm not with them. I'm not with them.
Hey, I'm got our hands for about
1, 2,
2, 3.
No.
Wow.
Now, let's. No, Matthew, you come out too. You bow. You and Mom.
No, I'm not with them.
No, you guys didn't.
I know we did, Jacob, but everybody's got to get going.
All right.
This was great. You guys did it.
Did you stop it? I was infuriated at you for dishonoring my father. I believe you had no right to attack him, but now I know I was wrong. You had...
All right, wait.
Hold on!
Right.
Matthew, don't pause.
Don't pause it.
Blue for real, we're gonna take it.
As long as I'm aware, feared the scene.
Cut!
Go beyond the limits.
Lucas stood up too early!
Wait, so when I
Lucas stands up, he's like, yeah?
Go back to right.
start,
Okay, where?
Hey, Luca, guys, speak louder. Speak louder.
Right as Luca, the only line you're gonna say is, "So much noise provoking me. Some people ought not to call attention to themselves, Monsieur de Morcerf."
So, just...
That's all you're gonna say, and then I'm gonna.
It's this part. The top of the box. Don't stop it, Chris. We'll just cut this out as bloopers. All right.
That's not a blooper
Oh,
though.
did you pause it?
No.
Okay, just keep now we're
Wait,
editing.
are we gonna?
Jocelyn, go in the
Jocelyn,
seat.
you're following
Luca,
me because
Luca,
I'm
over here, over here.
Baptistine, right?
Yes,
Yeah, you said I was.
yes, do it.
Time's short.
So she's
guys.
following me in. I'm playing like 3 people.
Okay.
No, you should just be over here, Brooke, because she's already in the room. Be over
You're
here.
just
When the
motioning
count
her
starts
in.
walking in, Luca, do this. Do this with your fingers, and Brooke, you walk off set. Oh yeah. You're right.
Hey,
You see
move
that?
that music stand. Jocelyn, move that music stand a little bit.
Move the music.
Jocelyn. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Okay,
All right.
okay, Jocelyn, you glance around and.
No. Luca walks in
Oh, I'm sorry.
first. Baptisten leaves.
But it says Mercedes glances
I know we're
around.
changing things.
Oh, okay.
Now, Luca, remember when you walk
I have
in,
to stand in
boom,
front of you.
boom. Brooke, remember, boom, leave.
So I go like that.
Ready? See. Monte Cristo at his home was.
It says awaiting money. You guys see the plastic bag that Jocelyn brought?
No,
Hold on.
Put everything together.
Hey,
Put it in my pocket. It slips out.
All right, guys.
Hey, do you guys see a plastic bag that Jocelyn brought? This one has clothing in it and stuff? Is that it?
No.
No. This is
I think it's like out in the computers, and Ali and Effie's
Good
supposed to
job.
watch for it.
Oh, if you might have left it out there then. Brooke, go by. Okay, move over.
Wait, is it under there? Under the bag?
No,
I wish I can.
Look here.
Wish I can.
Do we shake hands?
No, we can't.
Okay, you
But I
guys,
have to.
ready? I'm
Okay.
gonna read the narrative part again and then you start,
Yes.
okay?
Are we starting from the top of the page? Like the part where it
No.
says the next morning, the count? Are we starting from
No.
No,
We're
we're gonna
starting
start-
from
They
they left.
the location, right?
No,
Ready?
start from the trio was greeted by Chateau Renaud. I'm gonna step in again, okay? Start from there. You see it? The trio in your narrator line.
I'm looking, Jacob. I don't
Subtitles
see
what?
it this morning.
Subtitles?
Right, we're not even getting subtitles.
Hey, speak louder.
Where do you, oh, they left before the location?
speak up.
Okay, I see it, all right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.